Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 22 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Wait a minute, Angie, I don't think it was possible to hide in the hidden door.
What? You dare challenge Atua?
I don't think the hidden door was ever used.
Huh? The dust is still there. It looks like the card reader wasn't used. That means the mastermind didn't hide here.
While investigating the mastermind, I placed dust on the card reader. If anyone swiped their card key, the dust would have fallen.
We already confirmed during the investigation that there was no dust on the floor. The bookcase hadn't been opened, so I doubt anyone was hiding in there.
The fog has lifted. You still got a ways to go.
Huh? What do you mean?
The culprit could have been in the library before the cameras were even set. You won't be able to prove anything with weak reasoning like that.
It seems you've been contradicted. When this sort of thing happens, you'll go into a one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. What's a rebuttal showdown? For now, let's explain the controls. In this mode, you counter the other person's claim and argue against it. Move your truth blade with the left thumbstick and align it with your opponent's claims. Perform a regular cut in the direction the blade is pointing by pressing X. Cut with the truth blade by pressing triangle. Oh sorry, I forgot to tell you. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. Use regular cuts on your opponent's words, but when a weak spot appears, slash it with a truth blade strike. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's neat is, if you cut through multiple words at once, you get a time bonus. 2 at once gets you 2 seconds, 3 is 3, the more you cut down the better. Watch the position of your opponent's claim closely and slice as many as you can. By doing that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. When the mood of the argument is in your favour, the debate will progress. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. And then you'll have to deal with loss of progress. If you and your opponent's arguments are even, a blade lock will occur. When that happens, you have to mash the X button as fast as you can to push them off. Isn't slicing and dicing opinions with a truth sword the bee's knees? What? Not really? Well, you should knock it before you try it. You can also agree, so blah 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 blah. Thanks for your time. Alright, rebuttal showdown, truth blade. So, let's start by pressing the X button.
Even if we rule out the hidden door, the library's got no shortage of hiding spots. There's piles of books all over. Since the culprit was there before the cameras were placed, they could have been hiding there, you know. They took out Rantaro, then took off.
Blade lock, alright, I missed one, so I had to do blade lock. Keep pressing the X button.
But if the culprit killed him and ran away, wouldn't they have been caught on camera?
Not if they went back into hiding, right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in. Rejoin everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
I'm starting to see the holes in Ryuma's argument. I have evidence I can present that will break down Ryuma's argument. Alright, so the thing that he said, the weak point is rejoin everyone. So...
Not if they went back into hiding, right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in. Rejoin everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
Okay, I know the answer is...
I'll cut your words.
The answer is front entrance photos, but I genuinely can't remember why.
The culprit met him inside the library? That doesn't seem possible, though.
Let's hear it then. What's your reason?
If you take a look at the 3 pictures from the camera we placed near the front door, this is when Shuichi and I met up with Kaito and Tenko, and then rushed in. This one shows the other 4 people running in after they heard Tenko scream. And finally, everyone else coming in after hearing the body discovery announcement. You can clearly see everyone entering the library in these pictures. It wouldn't make sense if there was someone hiding in the library the whole time.
Well, that does cover everyone now, doesn't it? I guess the one who still has a ways to go is me.
Don't worry about it. It's better to think about each possibility anyway. Right, Shuichi?
Yes.
Is Shuichi okay? He's been really quiet. Is he worried about something?
So the real question is how the culprit entered and exited the library.
We cannot continue until we address that problem first.
It's quite the mystery. How did the killer avoid being caught by the cameras?
Almost like they were invisible. Oh, but it wasn't me. My magic can only make you half invisible. Your upper half, to be specific.
That's kind of a half-baked invisibility spell, isn't it?
But both doors to library had hidden cameras on them.
How about the vent in the library? Maybe they came in through there.
But Shuichi and I were on lookout in the classroom with the connecting vent.
The culprit waited until Kaede and Shuichi weren't looking, then turned invisible.
Himiko is really gung-ho about her invisible culprit theory.
Yeah, no. There's no way someone snuck into the library through the vent.
That's right. We have evidence that proves that wouldn't have been possible. Wait, did that say that wouldn't have been possible? Or that would have been possible? Anyway, the evidence is the stacked books. Library books that could not fit in the bookcases and were instead stacked on top of them. Nothing has changed since Shuichi and Kaede placed the hidden cameras. The books Kaede stacked in front of the vent were left exactly the way they were.
I get it.
I feel like that's kind of a tricky one, but yeah,
When
whatever.
I set the cameras, I also stacked some books in front of the vent.
Let me just see what she says. Yeah, no, there's no way someone snuck. That's right. We have evidence that proves that would have been impossible. Okay. When I set the cameras, I also stacked some books in front of the vent.
If someone did crawl in and out from the vent, the books would have collapsed. While we were investigating, they were still neatly stacked the way I placed them.
Maybe they put the books back when they left the room.
That would be quite difficult to achieve on such a narrow bookcase.
If we've ruled out the vent and doors, then how'd the culprits get in and out of the library? Maybe divine intervention?
Gonta no can think of any other way to enter.
Eureka! I know how the culprit got in the library. The front door!
Have you been paying attention? The camera would have taken their picture.
Not if the culprit timed their movements around the camera intervals.
Huh? Intervals?
What is that?
Basically, the culprit knew about the cameras and their intervals. So they snuck into the library between camera shots to avoid appearing in the photos. I know. Beauty and brains. Why? It's just not fair.
Mew, what's this interval you're talking about?
Huh? Oh, now you're asking me. After the shutter snaps, the camera can't take a new photo for 30 seconds. Because I redesigned the cameras to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually.
That's the first time I'm hearing about this. Why didn't you tell us from the start?
But I told your little beta boy toy after I gave you the remodeled cameras.
What?
Shuichi?
I'm sorry. I guess I forgot to tell you.
To quote Vegeta,
Ugh, you imbecile! Don't you think that's important information?
How could you forget to tell me?
I didn't think it would affect the plan. I didn't realize it would matter. I guess I just forgot to mention it. I'm really sorry.
I forgot. What a pitiful excuse.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lie.
No, it's not a lie. He probably just forgot. There was so much going on at the time. It's only natural to forget, you know?
Yeah.
Let's put that aside for now and talk about the camera intervals.
Each interval lasted for 30 seconds, correct, Mew?
Yeah, sure. I'll explain it again to you mushheads. The 3 cameras that Kaidiot and Shuichi placed go off when they pick up movement. From there, it takes 30 seconds for the film to auto-roll to the next photo.
So, for 30 seconds, anyone could have entered the library without their photo being taken?
That may have been enough time to kill Rantaro and exit the library.
It's definitely enough time. You just gotta move at lightning speed.
I see. Then there's no doubt the culprit made use of the camera's intervals.
That means the culprit was Mew all along, since she knew about the intervals.
Don't be an asshole! I have an alibi. Remember the dining hall?
Oh, yeah. Well, who else knew about the intervals? Now, who was it again?
Shuichi.
Well then, does this mean that he is the culprit we have been seeking?
Shuichi.
Hey, what gives, Shuichi? Shuichi would never do that. Right, Shuichi?
You had better speak soon. Your silence only damns you further.
Fess up already! Did you kill Rantaro?
Hey, Shuichi. What's gotten into you?
Don't tell me you're gonna plead the 5th now.
Oh man, this is getting good! Entertain me, peasants!
No way. Shuichi can't be the culprit. That's definitely wrong. There's no way. I refuse to believe Shuichi is the culprit. That's definitely not possible. Alright, and we have reached intermission. Basically the game gives you a little bit of a break halfway through each trial for you to relax and think. Alright, yes, let's save. Oh man, this trial is it's really good. It's really good. I don't want to say too much more, but it's just so good. It's probably my favorite trial of all time, actually.
Well now.
Wow! The trial is racing toward its thrilling conclusion. Do you know who the culprit is? Obviously I know, because I know everything.
What? Know everything?
Yeah?
No, everything. No, money down. Daddy knows everything about anything. He basically traded his bearhood for godhood. Yes, he has betrayed his Ursine ancestors. Oh, first or second time one of them has talked. Wait, I think the only other thing he said was killing game. Traded? No, I'm still obviously a bear. It is obvious, right? Right, you guys?
You sure ain't no fish, but you damn sure smell like one.
Now then.
Anyway, since I know everything, I'll give you the whole story later. Try your hardest to nab the culprit, and believe me, that's no lie. If I lied, it would shake the game to its very foundation. So trust me, and please enjoy the class trial without any worries. That's no lie, tell me, what can I say? What am I gonna do? How should I feel when everything is you? I was trying to remember where that was from.
I feel like we're getting close to the gory part. It's making me nervous.
I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm not paying attention, so it's okay.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know. The line between victim and attacker ain't as clear as you might think.
I suppose that's one lesson we can take away from this case.
I cut off the leg before the poison spread. By spring, flowers will grow from the stump.
Is that a lyric? Okay. That was weird.
Say something already.
Your tongue-tied silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute! None of that is possible! Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout. When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro?
Were you really together the whole time?
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time.
Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
I'm going to check out the basement. I'll come with you. No, you stay and keep watch, Kaede.
So that's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro!
No! Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner. Or all our lives will be lost here.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction.
Even if Shuichi did go to the basement, he couldn't have killed Rantaro because the time it took Shuichi to return, the security sensor going off, the murder weapon. I don't know why, but the answer is the security sensor going off.
I get it.
Oh, because it had already happened. That's the only reason he left.
The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the classroom. It only rang after Rantaro moved the hidden door, which means he was still alive. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Kaede. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase? It was Shuichi, right?
Huh?
Then I'll set up the camera that's connected to the security sensor. I'll set it carefully so the camera has a clear shot when the mastermind moves the bookcase. Let me take care of the security sensor on top of the bookcase, and we'll set the cameras near each door.
Yeah, Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Kaede?
No, I didn't check.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
Shuichi pretended to place the sensor on the hidden bookcase door. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
That would cause Kaede to assume that someone had moved the bookcase.
I see, sneaky little fucker.
No, at this rate, everyone's going to think Shuichi is the culprit. I have to do something. I know for a fact that he's not the culprit. So, I gotta do something. From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bolts will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles. Hang on a sec. Okay. Your truth bolts will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles. Please time your truth bolts just right so they won't get interrupted by the white noise. You can use the silencer with the X button to shoot down the white noise. Now, why would you do that? Because not only does that make it easier to shoot the right weak spots, you will also get additional time. What a great deal! Use it to your heart's content. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, so we have to use the X button now pretty much constantly to shoot down lines of white noise because they interrupt the truth bullets, so it's actually important that we do that.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot can make that mistake.
Alright, so we can't really shoot all of the lines of white noise because our reticle doesn't move fast enough because we're not using upshift. But there's something wrong with Kokichi's argument. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. Shuichi couldn't have had the sensor on him. That's right, I should have evidence that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
I think the moving bookcase is what triggered it because
No, that's wrong.
the photos actually show that it was that the bookcase was moved.
Wait a minute. This is weird. If the security sensor wasn't placed, then...
I'm actually going to stop here and we'll continue next time. So for now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 22 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.